Hello, this is a guide for a skip that takes you from the first Hummingbird straight to the last checkpoint in the game. First you want to go out of bounds, hit that part in the mountain, hold shift, and you're out of the map. You're above the invisible ceiling. Um, a pretty important part of this is that you don't want to move vertically. Like if you want to move vertically as little as possible. So already as I'm flying here, I try to use the lines on the cliffs here to tell if I'm going up or down. It's not a great guide, but it helps for you to have some idea. Um, there are other things you can look for later, but initially it's the best you can have. So you keep that angle. Once you are past these mountains, you wanna aim towards this kind of gap here between these mountains down below and this upper big mountain that is kind of like disjointed from the rest. You wanna fly in that direction. The first cue you will have to know if you're going too high up or too low is the point where you cross this mountain. If you cross like roughly where it looks like I'm gonna cross, like pretty far above the bottom of it, that means that you need to adjust to go down. If you fly much below it, then it means you should adjust to go up. And if you're like just at the bottom, also means that you should probably go a little bit down later. Once you cross this mountain, you should start counting like you should start counting time after it. If you fly below, you kind of need to guess a little bit. If you're too far below, you kind of need to guess when you cross it. Right here, I'm in a pretty good position right now, I'd say. Not too above the bottom, so I just crossed it. If you're in a run, you can check your timer. Here I have a timer on my phone. Once you cross the mountain, it should take around 4 minutes 45 to 4 minutes 50 until you hit the checkpoint. It all depends on how much you're moving vertically and how perfect is your lineup towards the memory. It shouldn't vary too much, like maybe a couple seconds at most if you do it fine, but there's some things you need to be aware of. So like the first cue to know if you're going too high or too low was the mountain, like when I started the timer. After a minute 30, roughly minute 40, after you cross the mountain, you should load some animals. I'm gonna tap to go down here a couple times because of where I crossed the mountain before. It's kind of like two medium taps, like a bit harder than a light tap, but not too hard either. Just want to adjust a little bit your angle. So soon here I should be loading. Yeah, right there. I'm in a pretty good height right now. Can kind of tell I'm flying a little bit down, and I could see the birds, which is good. If you are below those, if you haven't adjusted to go up yet, then you probably should at that point. But coming from below is much safer outside. It's much better. One of the reasons for that is that if you keep this height that I am, and if you're going further up too, you may hit some triggers to load like the beginning of the last chapter, and the mountains may be in your way. Not only that, but loading maps causes lag and you don't want to lose time. So say that if you could choose one of the two, it's better to go below first and then adjust to go up. But in this case, I'm going up and then down. It should be fine. In about like 20, no, not that much time. In a few seconds here, yeah, I'm loaded the mountain. You can see that I'm off to the left and I'm kind of like below it, so I'm probably not gonna load even more mountains that can cause a lot of lag, so that's good. Those mountains can be right in your way if you're unlucky, but hopefully that doesn't happen to you. It happened to me earlier when I was trying to record this. It's an interesting experience. Yeah, everything seems to be on its way here. Again, if you were high and you saw the top of the previous mountain that loaded, you're much probably gonna hit some other mountains. If your computer is not good, it may cause a lag, and you need to compensate for that to know like when you're gonna hit the checkpoint. Like it should, as I said, it should be between 4 minutes and 45 and 4 minutes 50. But if you lag, then you need to add the lag time on top of it to know if you missed it or not. So it's a bit complicated, but if everything goes right, as it seems to be going right now, in between 5 and 10 seconds, should be hitting the checkpoint. Yeah, 46 right there. 4 minutes 46. So from here you can just restart checkpoint and it's fine. Let's say you've missed, like you got to like 4 minutes 55, haven't seen the loading icon yet. If you still want to save it, you're gonna be either too high or too low. One of the ways to tell that you are too low is that it gets really foggy down here. Okay. Let me even load up the coordinates. Yeah, this is about as low as you can be, and you can see that it gets pretty foggy down here. It's like if on your way here you notice that it's getting kind of foggy, you could probably try to adjust to go up. If you missed and it's not foggy, then it means that you need to go down. So let's say like if you flew like another 5 seconds in this direction. So what you would do is you're like, oh, I'm too far down. So you would kind of like look up in like a general direction and towards where you came from, and just fly like a similar amount of time. Let's say you went past 5 seconds, then go fly another 5-10 seconds, and see there I hit the checkpoint there. So this is just in case you want to back up for whatever reason. But yeah, from there you can just restart checkpoint and you should be right at the end of the game. Any second now because loadings take forever. Oh yeah, there you are. The end of the video game.